Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. Right, okay, stories. Stories sometimes go in straight lines. That happened, that happened, that happened, and that's the joke, or that's the serious outcome, whatever. Sometimes stories go round and round and round in little circles, and this is one of those. Cast your mind back a few weeks when I bought some broken bits of model railway stuff, and I quite like this little signal lamp, and I have put power to it and the top two lights work. Now there's a reason that the bottom one doesn't work, because there simply isn't a bulb in there, and I don't know whether it was a kit that someone was building, never got round to finish. I don't know, because when you look at the back, it never had a bulb soldered into it. Funny thing that. Anyway, it's so well down the list of priorities, I hadn't bothered looking for a bulb, with the intention that one day I will. But for now, you know, that can sit on a model railway somewhere and people think it's a signal and good stuff. Anyway, fast forward to today, which, what is today? It's the 12th of July 2024. Now, despite everything, I have got friends, and a couple of my friends wanted to know if there was anything that I wanted as they were rearranging their sort of living space. And one of the things they wanted to do was to get rid of their waterbed. Now, before you all giggle, this couple are of more advanced years than me, and the reason they had a waterbed was because some doctor, some musculoskeletal doctor, had told them that what they really needed was a waterbed. Well, what he didn't tell them was how much they cost to keep the water warm, because if you don't turn the electric on, they turn into a sort of refrigerator, which... So anyway, they'd made the decision. It was time to get rid of the waterbed, and they wondered if I wanted parts of it. We'd already discussed whether I wanted the whole thing, and I'd explained, no, thank you. Anyway, they were taking this thing apart, and I gave them a hand, because people of advanced years whose doctors tell them they need waterbeds might not be too brilliant at lugging them up and downstairs and stuff like that. Anyway, we agreed that this part of the waterbed was actually absolutely ideal as a tractor cover. And then I looked at something else and I said, rather than throw that away to the tip, I'll have that. Now what this is the gizmo that you twiddle about with to keep the water temperature at the right temperature for your particular requirements. And what I wanted was that bit, because I've still got bits and pieces of equipment with English plugs on, and here we have a rather nice 2-pin with earth with wire, and I thought all I've got to do is cut that off and Bob's your uncle. I never had an Uncle Bob, that's just an expression, you understand. I had a mate called Bob, we'll talk about him later. Anyway, I threw this on the bench. Actually, I didn't throw this one on the bench, I threw the other one on the bench and I took it apart. Now, it makes it a lot easier to take the 3 wires off it, but look what's inside it. What does that look like? Is that a little green bulb? Absolutely right for soldering into a rather old railway signal. I guess I ought to desolder it, put some power onto it to see if it actually does anything, and maybe solder it into my signal. That would be fun, wouldn't it?